folks, and welcome to another episode of the Doctor Who Reviews. This time we are reviewing the 6th episode of the 10th season, Extremis. And with me, to my virtual left, he brings new meaning to the term virtual insanity. It's Freezing Inferno.
Oh God, mirrors are real! Oh no! I read it! Oh God! Oh, it's all like a big construct or some shit. I don't know.
And to my virtual right, he has rigged dynamite under his kitchen table upon learning that mirrors are real. It's Rainiac.
I am so confused right now.
What? Well, what? Because you learned that the mirrors are real? Yeah, haven't you ever, like...
No,
we kind of need mirrors.
I could have sworn I used to be the host of this podcast.
Okay.
No, you don't understand. That was in, like, the simulation podcast we did?
Yeah, you know, the ones that didn't technically happen, but actually kind of contributed to the plot of the podcasts.
So what you're saying is, you're saying my entire existence online.
Is that they don't matter.
You're saying my entire existence online has been a lie.
Well, if you step right through this doorway, you might find that you're actually a wireframe. So.
Oh God.
But seriously, dude, how could you not have expected this? Look at my username.
Oh, that's right. Concave, sir.
Oh, son of a bitch!
But you know what? I'll be nice this one time. Go ahead. You can take over.
Thank you.
Great, thanks. Okay, so we're looking at Doctor Who Extremis, which is about...
She meant me, you asshole!
Did she? I'm not sure.
I don't know. This episode is about mirrors.
I hate you all right now. Can I just state that for the record? I hate you all.
I love you, honey.
Well,
apparently it is opposite day, so we love you too.
But seriously, thanks for that. But seriously, great job on starting the podcast off there. Could have done it better myself. So yeah, Extremis. This is a really weird one.
You didn't do yourself. That's why I had to do it.
This is a really, really weird one. I mean, it was only the other week, Fresno, you were saying, I wish there was more weird stuff in Doctor Who. I like weird stuff in Doctor Who.
The monkey's paw fucking curled.
Your wish is his command.
Moffat, you motherfucker. You're watching, aren't you? You're watching. You mirror-loving Moffat man. You.
Hang on. I have my hair in a ponytail. I can do that old I Dream of Jeannie thing and, like, flick it in order to make your wish come true.
Wow, that's... Really
that would work better if we actually had face cam on, but we don't.
Well, it's a good thing, too, because I just sort of knocked everything over, so...
Oops.
Also, my face is still a mysterious mystery to you two, so I'm going to keep it that way, thank you very much.
For as long as possible?
Yes. Dedication
to the gimmick? I like it.
You know, gotta keep something alive.
Okay, but back to... I see what you did there. But back to the episode, back to...
Keep the truck alive!
But back to the episode...
I was trying to be good.
Suffering.
Back to the episode.
If you could hear this is a cry for help. Help me. Yes, so back to the episode then. Extremis, which means at the point of death in Latin, which I think is extremely relevant because I feel that way right now. Or at the furthest extreme, again, relevant. I have one small complaint. Why didn't they just call this episode Veritas?
Well, because of the whole point of Extremis.
Yes, I suppose.
Which we'll get to.
But Veritas would also have worked.
Because Moffat is a huge dramatic fuckwad who decides to do these things in order to be as dramatic as possible.
Look at how he named the name of the Doctor and what that episode was about.
Okay, yeah. Maybe he felt that just calling it the truth in Latin would give too much away. Kind of implies before you watch it that maybe what you're seeing isn't the truth. Going with the whole, name of the Doctor, wasn't the name of the Doctor.
Although to be fair, how many people know Latin that well?
You can't see it, but I'm raising my hand.
Oh, look at this smart
Well, you're
person.
British, so you don't count.
I was about to say that's what a classical education does for you, but you just shot me down in flames, so that's fine.
Holy shit.
But the concept of this episode was wonderful, I personally believe.
It was definitely very interesting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Moffat himself has said this is one of the strangest, weirdest things we've ever done in Doctor Who.
I think it works, though.
When the writer says that, you know we're stepping into a very strange area.
I believe that, and some of the things that Doctor Who has done includes forays into a fictional universe and giant big bugs.
Seeing as this is a show that previously had a robot made out of candy, I think we can take this as it, is presented to us.
We don't speak about the robot made of candy.
Really? Because I just did.
I was going to say she just did.
Also, fish people.
Now you're talking. Now that we can speak about. Yes.
You're right.
This is absolutely in the tradition of Doctor Who weird as fuck, but not in weird spectacle. There's a lot going on in Extremis.
Oh, there's certainly
a lot of shit in the pot that really spoke to me.
You're a resident Classic Who expert, Fresno. Have they ever been like a simulated world episode before?
There have been episodes where it was a dream, but I don't know.
There's technically, I guess, the Gallifrey episodes where the Doctor goes into the Matrix.
Yeah,
it's literally but that's sort of a simulated world, and I guess Carnival of Monsters has a tiny simulated world in it.
Funny story. I went to look up Extremis on Google, and it accidentally showed me Carnival of Monsters instead.
Wow!
Because you looked up Doctor Who S10E06.
It's the easiest way to look it up.
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting about that whole episode.
Yeah, but same season, same episode number.
Mm-hmm.
It would be easy to just look up.
That could be my.
It's easy to just look up the actual name of the episode. Though if you do that, you might get spoilers. So be careful.
Yeah, that's why I looked up. Season whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, this episode was basically like, and I wrote about this on the blog. It's not Doctor Who does X, I'm trying to think of some example off the top of my head where Doctor Who does this, but there have been a bunch. Okay, oh yeah, Robot of Sherwood is Doctor Who
Sleep No More is Doctor Who does found footage.
Yeah, exactly. A high concept meshed in with innate Doctor Who. Here, it's Doctor Who does a whole bunch of bullshit at once. It does Star Trek, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a little bit of the Dark Tower, but I won't go into that. A bit of the Mind Robber, bit of M. Night Shyamalan, The Matrix, a bit of, and I can't believe I'm saying this, M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening, and a little bit of Undertale. I can justify that reading Cat once we get into the concept.
Yeah, but anytime M. Night Shyamalan's work is named, I get an involuntary shudder. So
I know we lived through The Last Airbender together, and I don't know how we did it.
Can I just say,
paid money to go see that in 3D. I
still
regret it.
I'm so sorry.
Save me.
More for you. Can I just say that I love the fact that last week, Fresno, you mentioned the Undertale to the copy of the Pope.
Yeah.
And then we sort of got that.
Who called it? It's an episode that invokes shades of Undertale, and the Pope is in it.
Yes.
Where's Matt Pat? He was supposed to be in this episode.
He's busy. He's busy coming up with new game theories in the simulated world.
He's busy complaining about the destruction of the Death Star because it'll make the economy of Star Wars sad.
He's busy making up theories about Five Nights at Freddy's and being completely wrong.
Okay, I think we hit our shade for a Matt Pat quote. So can we get back to the episode?
But I've got like a million more.
Can we get back to the episode?
Fine.
Alright, so there's a lot to tackle here. Where do you want to start, Rainiac?
Well, let's start with another concept I really liked, even though it was not actually real because it was part of the simulation. The Hereticum.
The what? Oh, the library?
The Forbidden Library.
The restricted section of Harry Potter.
Yes, that got mentioned.
They say that in the episode.
That got mentioned in my language, Bill.
There's one thing.
That was my
There's
highlight. That was the
There's
best.
one thing interesting I noticed about it is that when they're walking in there at first, you've got like a circular pattern on the floor, and there's a circle with a bunch of like rectangles poking out of it. It's the same design as the goddamn projectors.
Yeah.
It's
One of
just a
several
neat
hints you
little
pick up
visual
on second watch that all is not as it
thing.
seems.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not really a hint that it's not the same. It's just a neat design that gets reflected.
But
It's like having the Cyberman eyes on the doors in
Dark Water?
In Flatline.
Dark Water.
And
no,
Flatline.
Dark Water. There wasn't Cybermen eyes on the doors in Flatline, but
Yes, there were. Yes, there were. I did the rewatch for the blog.
Oh yes, when Missy shows up. Yeah.
And I noticed that on my big rewatch leading up to Series 9. I was like, holy shit, they actually did leave a good clue in there rather than just...
My apologies. But yeah, in Dark Water particularly, they do that whole reveal with the Cybermen eye door, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, the Dark Water one's just explicit, but it's totally there in Flatline for you to pick up on. I didn't, which is amazing.
That's clever.
I like
That's clever.
That is clever. Yeah.
But yeah, the idea of a Vatican forbidden library where all the heretical and banned texts go is right down my alley. I'm a big fan of that sort of classical, medieval, almost type of idea. It's
basically like Dan Brown.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, because that basically takes... takes those
that's
concepts...
a bit too far.
Basically, Fresno, what you just mentioned there, Dan Brown, is it takes all those good concepts and then takes a dump all over them. In fact, you should bring up Dan Brown. When I said to one of my friends, this episode's about a forbidden book, like a book that everyone that reads it wants to kill them. Oh, so it's just Angels and Demons then?
Holy shit. Okay.
I think that's
mentioned
the
wrong
one
book.
I read.
I mentioned the Da Vinci Code, but you know what? Angels and Demons works too.
I mean, you want to talk about paying to see shit, Cat? I did pay to see the Da Vinci Code in theaters.
Thankfully,
poor
I did
soul.
not do that.
Yeah.
I read the books.
I paid to see Angels and Demons in theatres and regretted every single second I spent in the theatre.
Okay, so let's for once let's stop throwing shade at Dan Brown for just a bit. And you mentioned that the Hereticum is the concept you loved in this episode. The concept that really drove me wild in this episode was the idea of the Veritas. That there's this book, and if you read it, you fucking something incomprehensible about it makes you kill yourself.
Oh god, yes. The Veritas is another really good concept. There's a lot of really good concepts in this one.
Yeah.
And they also layer on top of each other.
Well, the Veritas thing, it really, when you boil it down, is another Moffat horror trope, in a sense, because just think about it for a second. Moffat's whole thing is involuntary human function, right? Don't do this thing that you need to do to live or you die. Don't blink. Don't breathe. Don't. What's I don't know if there's an example.
We know the examples.
Yeah. So this is Moffat basically going with the fact that human beings, if you read the sentence, you can't unread the sentence.
Actually, I have a counter to that. If you remember at the end before Bill.exe gets deleted, the doctor pretty much tells her what's in the Veritas. He doesn't let her read it. She has never read it. And yet, she still goes down the path of, getting dark and everything.
Yes, but she never actually reaches the point where she's going to kill herself because the monks do it for her.
Yeah, but just because she never reached that point doesn't mean she wasn't going to.
And in fact, she even says, when she's being deleted, she says to him, "Save me." She was not ready to go.
I think it's just that they programmed, the program a little too well, and that's why you have such a variety of different ways that people react to it.
Quite possibly. But yeah, the
it
idea
could also be that Bill is just so used to weird shit happening that she's just like, oh, okay, we're computer programs? Alright.
But going back to the Veritas then, the idea of a forbidden truth, a truth that's so terrible that you would rather take your own life, and they even go even further and say that these people were devout Catholics. They read the Veritas and chose hell. By killing themselves, they believed they were going to hell. And that was preferable.
What we know now is that they read it and realized they were fictional, and they're like, oh, it doesn't actually fucking matter. So,
yeah, but this is like the mother of all existential crises.
Oh, yeah.
You're not real.
It's kind of like the idea that the whole universe is just the imagination of one person in a coma.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
I think that's been done before.
Yep.
God damn it. We pull out, and it's a small child holding a snow globe.
Oh, God.
We pull out like a giant flat disc that's on top of 4 elephants that's suspended on top of a turtle.
Nice. Nice.
Oh,
No. That's good. That's a good Discworld reference.
I know.
It pans out, and it's a little girl turned into a computer who's imagining the entire thing.
But regardless of the rebuttal, I still really do love the concept of a book that if you read it, you go insane and kill yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's my sort of jam.
And, I mean, the way the episode does the horror it is absolutely goddamn brutal in, like, a way that we haven't really seen in Doctor Who. And need I remind you that last week we had goddamn literal corpses jetting around. Like, first you got the priest in the Hereticum who's just got a gun, he's waiting around and he shoots himself off screen, But the fucking scene at CERN, where you've got people either sauced out of their minds or just sitting at the table or hugging their hands, dynamite rigged, waiting for the inevitable to all go together. And the goddamn President of the United States has killed himself over despair of not being real. Just the world is coming to an abrupt fucking cataclysm.
I believe there was a content warning on this episode over in Canada.
Yeah, well, yeah, after every commercial bumper, which we get because we're like, goddamn. It's just this program contains mature subject matter. Human discretion is advised.
Yeah, we didn't get that. I don't think we got that at the start. I may have just missed it. Kat, was there anything like that when you watched it?
Well, seeing as I wasn't able to catch it live as I was dead tired from work and sort of passed out as soon as I got home, I didn't wake up for 5-6 hours.
You watched a replay, you watched a recording of it. Gotcha.
I watched a replay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you don't know if there was or not. But, yeah, this is really, that CERN scene is really harrowing.
That's dark as shit.
I was going to go into that anyway, but yeah, that's one of the darkest things I think that we've had for a long time. I mean, corpses in space is one thing because, you know, it's a fantasy, it's fiction. And
but, you can tell that these people aren't actually dead, it's just makeup and stuff on them. Yeah,
but this is a fiction too, but it's a metafiction. It's a fiction within a fiction.
God damn.
And the episode comes very dangerously close to actually, you know, ruining the whole thing of Doctor Who. Like, this show is not real. And destroying
that's another thing, too. Moffat likes to play with narrative collapse a lot. The idea of threatening Doctor Who as a continual thing of being able to tell stories. So very briefly, before we realize this is just a simulation for a thing, very briefly it is touching on the risk of just saying, hey, this show you're watching is not real. And I don't mean that it's not real in your world, I mean it's not real in their world. Everything that you've watched is just a goddamn simulation by some imaginary aliens, which runs the risk of making Doctor Who like massively uninteresting and boring and killing it. So,
and yet somehow this works for me.
Well, because it's a one-off and there's still an actual real Doctor Who universe.
Because it's a one-off and also because it was handled so well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a one-off, but it does run the risk of fucking with Doctor Who. But it being a one-off is fine, and I knew as soon as it was the whole thing about a one-off and the idea of the pocket little universe and the entire thing was warning the Doctor of the real danger, I knew that some fucker out there was going to say, well, this episode didn't actually really happen, so therefore Stephen Moffat's a hack.
Oh, we're going there, are we? Okay, get out your system.
Here's the thing about that whole it's a dream trope. Usually it's used so poorly that it really is just a dream and nobody ever learns or grows or does anything with it.
Journey to the center of the TARDIS.
Ugh.
In this fucking one, it's actually useful.
Yeah.
The Doctor.exe, as Fred has so helpfully put it,
Thank you.
Out a message to the real Doctor, and it helps continue on the story. That's how you're supposed to do these episodes. It's kind of like, for me, it's like Sleep No More, where they subverted the found footage trope by making it so the enemy put out the found footage.
Yeah.
There you go.
I can't subscribe to this whole it's just a dream, therefore it didn't matter. Yeah. A, it's not a dream, it's a simulation.
I know it's wrong, but that doesn't going to stop people just like...
A, it's not a dream, it's a simulation. B, even if it were a dream, it doesn't matter because they've done It Was a Dream episodes before, and they've been amazing. Amy's Choice.
Yeah, like Last Christmas with
Amy's
motherfucking
Choice.
Santa.
Oh, you're taking it back.
Last Christmas with that guy, yeah. Technically, they didn't happen either, but they were good.
Yeah.
They were enjoyable, and this was enjoyable for me.
There you go.
Plus, in Last Christmas, it still added to the story. It helped Clara develop. It helped the Doctor and Clara's relationship develop.
Not only does this add to this story, but actually it also adds to the next story, whenever that will be.
Yeah, we'll see how much it does, but it will.
Yeah, this was kind of like a prologue.
Yeah.
That
is actually true, because the next 3 episodes, including this one, this is the first of 3 connected episodes called the Bonks Trilogy.
I knew that. I wasn't going to tell you that, but if you know that, that's fine.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's okay.
Yes, it's the first of a not quite 3-parter, but they're 3 connected stories by 3 different writers.
So like Face the Raven hasn't helped.
Not quite, because Face the Raven, even though it was different writers, it did have a to be continued attached to it. This didn't.
Okay.
I don't know if that's like the mark of it being a true 2-3-parter or whatever, but yeah, they're connected storylines. And after watching this one, I can't wait for the next week.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is definitely one of those things where it's like, you can kind of feel that it's going to continue on, even though it doesn't have that to be continued tag on it.
Another clever thing about it being set in a virtual reality, a virtual simulation world, if you watch it a second time, there are a number of hints and clues, some subtle, some not so subtle, that what you're seeing perhaps isn't quite what it is. The title sequence, for example.
It glitches in.
Yeah.
Which I didn't see.
I didn't catch it at all, did you?
I caught it. I caught that it glitched in, but I didn't really catch why until the end when it glitches back out.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay.
My totally legal and not illegal copy that I watched did not have the intro in it, so.
Oh, right. It was just the scene with the Doctor and Missy on the planet. And then he got an email. And then it cut to the title sequence.
I don't even think I got that part. Shit, I missed part of the episode?
It's fine. You can pick it back up. In fact, you did pick it back up because they reran it throughout the episode, didn't they? The whole Missy scene, which we'll get to later on, because those scenes were they were something, all right.
Oh dang, yeah.
There were lines of dialogue that suggested that things were not as they seem, like the monk saying, Doctor saying, "This is not a game," and then the monk said, "This is a game."
Yeah, I got that on my notes on my rewatch.
And it was a game, of course.
Let me see.
The Pope's Italian, not being translated by the TARDIS, that's a hint.
Yeah, I caught that one too. I was like, what's up with that?
A really neat hint. You've mentioned the pattern of the projection on the floor, which I didn't pick up, but not really a hint so much as a sort of a connection. Not really a hint. And going back to that scene at CERN, then, I'm sorry to bring it up again, but it really did have an impact on me.
It's fucked.
It was probably one of the most impactful scenes of the episode for sure, but perhaps of the series.
I do have one little minor gripe, and I can't really hold it against Moffat, but I really wish that one of the numbers that everyone was saying was 19, because that would be an explicit reference to the Dark Tower, which, without getting too much into spoilers, has a little bit of a metafiction vibe later on.
I also have a slight gripe about this part.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do scientists at CERN have actual dynamite?
because it's not real.
Yeah, but still, you could have like had little jerry-rigged explosives or something.
And my slight complaint is how sort of jovial the lead guy was.
Yeah, well, Kat actually had a redemptive reading of that for me once I put up my review. So go with the Kat.
Yeah, he's drunk off his ass. He's even carrying around a bottle and just taking swigs out of it every so often.
Yeah. My take was he'd been driven insane.
Yeah.
I think he just couldn't take it, so he started drinking and kept drinking more and more and more. And I mean, you can see among the CERN people, there's a ton of bottles of various alcohols.
Yeah, and some are crying, some are just sort of like not showing emotion at all, some are happy. It's sort of like just a general spectrum of human emotion, which you would expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus as soon as the countdown starts to get really low, they start counting down, 10, 9.
Yeah.
See, what I was expecting was, again, I'm going to bring up Shyamalan's The Happening, which is a terrible movie, but also, the people who kill themselves in that movie are just walking around in this mopey daze, which was kind of more what I expected of the fact of learning that their entire existence is a lie, just this morose disbelief followed by ritualistic suicide. But instead it's just like, we're not real, pass the champagne, Frederick!
That's basically exactly what it was.
And again, they were completely drunk off their asses.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the line of, we're saving the world, this isn't the world.
Well, yeah, and that's another reading I saw in Something Awful, is that by just radically killing themselves, these scientists, they are actually fucking up the simulation.
Yes.
So,
remember how in the last one, Abby was all like, yeah, let's take down this whole ship and screw over the corporation. There are people who are going to be like that. They're going to want to fuck up what the aliens are doing.
Yeah, she wasn't quite as enthusiastic about it, but she did agree to the plan.
Yeah, there you go.
She still had that conviction in her voice that said yes.
Can I give you my take on this whole thing?
Go ahead.
This is going to get quite dark, so I apologise.
Oh dear.
If you were to find out that not only was your entire existence, your entire life, not real, a fabrication, but also that fabrication had been created by a race of demonic aliens for the sole purpose of training for an invasion of the real world where the real you lived. I don't know about you, but that would me, I probably wouldn't want to live either.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with it.
I don't know whether I'd probably fucking try and fuck it up in some way, but I don't know.
That is just, as a concept, that is just horrific.
This is, again, me speaking for myself, but I'd immediately be like, wait, so none of this is real? Shit, yeah! I'm gonna go fucking steal shit! Who cares?
And there would be people that I guess would do that.
Yeah,
but the idea being that the truth contained in the Veritas is so terrifying that you have no choice but to kill yourself.
Because it's like, I'm one of those people who, like, if the Matrix turned out to be real, I'd just be like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But this is also something I didn't really get into in the review. The Doctor, and Nardole, I guess, too, they frame it in strange ways, the whole thing. Like, Nardole mentions the holodeck in Star Trek, which it's kind of a, and I'm sorry, reflection of what usually happens in stories in Star Trek about the holodeck going. Because I'm thinking of a couple of Star Trek Next Generation episodes where the holodeck goes berserk, and what it is that the holodeck, which are people who are not real, gain sentience of sorts. And they discover that, they get the ability to realize they're not real. Here, you've got people who think they are real, discovering that they're only holograms.
I would also like to point out that for a season, I forget which one, I think it's Voyager, their main medical lead is in fact a hologram.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Neat. But,
what this reminded me of, this actually reminded me very much of a episode from a TV series that's just finished over in the UK, in fact. A brilliant television series called Person of Interest.
Oh, shit!
It's 6741.
Oh, my God!
It's totally 6741.
You've got a fucking point.
Because when the monks say to the doctor, the shadow doctor, we have killed you many times. I mean, it makes you wonder how many times the monks have run this damn simulation.
Yeah.
And that reminds me of that episode, because in that you find out that the character of Shaw, Samin Shaw, spoilers
by the way.
Yeah, but it's been on for like over a year now.
Here's the thing.
Airing here last year.
Here's the thing. I have never heard of this TV show or ever seen it, so there might be people like me.
Okay, I'll not
put up a big. Hang on. Put up a big goddamn spoiler warning. Skip to wherever.
Okay, when you see the spoiler warning go off the screen, I've stopped talking about this episode.
Yeah, because I honestly don't give two shits. So
I was going to say, Kat, you all right me to continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, hang on. While we're at it, can I spoil Duck Tower too? So
no. I don't want to let that spoil because I might go and see the film.
Yeah, same. I kind of want to see the film.
I'll keep my mind back. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, so 6741. We are totally just revealing the corruption of podcast at this point with spoiler alerts, but 6741 is where this character, Samin Shaw, she goes through a scenario where she escapes from where she's being held captive. But actually, she hasn't escaped at all because she's in a simulation. And at the end of the episode, she kills herself in the simulation to save the people that she cares about. And then you find out it's a simulation. And that was simulation 6741, so she's now killed herself that many times. It's like this episode, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Isn't that also like part of the plot of Metal Gear Solid 2, where it turns out it's all simulation?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
I do know that Stephen Moffat obviously doesn't play many computer games because all he can reference
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to go into, the computer game thing. Stephen Moffat's frame of reference for comparison here is Grand Theft Auto and Super Mario, which is the most, 50-year-old man understanding of video games I've ever seen.
This is the equivalent of him walking into the locker room going, "How do you do, fellow kids?"
No, but he does have some real fucking spooky, interesting thoughts that will unsettle any video game player if they think about it for 5 minutes. Like the doctor saying, Super Mario realizing that he's a construct and killing himself rather than go through all that shit. Now you know what happens to the people shooting computer games.
It's basically the plot of Undertale. He should have just said Undertale.
Well,
but again, he's a 50-year-old man, so he has no idea what Undertale is.
It's basically,
he does.
It's basically the plot of Undertale, but that's just a theory.
You son of a... I am coming to Blackpool to beat you to the armor.
Joke's on you, we don't have an airport anymore.
Yeah, have you guys finally gone through the plan to just dig up the United Kingdom and have it float away from everybody else?
That's Brexit for you.
Oh, God alive.
Brexit's just going to be like a jet engine placed at Land's End, just like, full power, Frederick!
It'll be shaped like a giant V symbol, which I understand is your version of the middle finger.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
The classic two-finger salute.
No, the whole video game angle is really spooky, especially now you know what happens to the people who shoot in computer games. You know how they feel.
It's like, here's another spoiler alert, even though it's a really old game, if you guys haven't played Silent Hill 3.
Oh, dang. Really?
Yeah, there's actually this concept in that game as well, where one of the save symbol is the halo of the sun, which is the in-game cult's symbol of rebirth. Along with that, the basic plot is that the player character Heather is pregnant with their god, who is a demon. So you have the god's attendant following you around, and whenever Heather dies in the game, the attendant comes and drags her off, and then you start the game over again. And the idea is that you, the player, are responsible for her dying and then coming back over and over and over again.
Oh, Christ. That's fucked.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, and honestly, you can say this concept for any video game. It's like, if you play games like Rule of Rose, or God of War, or Undertale itself, you, the player, are the one responsible for all the stuff that's in the game happening.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you hadn't picked up and started playing that game, nothing would have happened.
Exactly. Yeah, it's great stuff. Moffat's not really getting into this episode because he's a 50 man, but I mean, he's got enough of the language there that us nerds can pick up on it and go, yeah, ooh, that's really interesting when you compare it to this.
Yeah.
It's like how all three of us are really into Danganronpa, and we all have our favorite characters who die off, but had we not played the frickin' games, these characters would have died off.
Yeah.
And that would be sad.
You are the guiding hand. I mean, in any video game, you're the guiding hand.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, I mean, I haven't been able to play Tetris the same since.
Oh, God, I just realized what you read. Yes, fuck you.
You're just like, yes. Wait, fuck you!
For those who have played Danganronpa 2, you know what we're talking about.
Oh, they know.
More than that.
They know. Yeah, but I'm not going to spoil that because that's not fair.
That's a more recent game. I would say that's a little more recent.
All I remember from you, Brainiac, is you did that birthday video for me where you're like, and we do Doctor Who reviews together, and also we Danganronpa 3. I need to go!
We totally did after that. Anyone who watched that needs an adult. Right. Can we move on to
Let's move on to something.
The next topic of conversation, which is the return of a much beloved supporting character. Well, you can only call supporting. It's Missy!
Wait. Oh, Missy. Shit.
Hey, guess what? Everybody was totally fucking right. It was totally Missy inside the vault. Are you surprised? No. Good. Let's move on.
Hey, guess what? We knew about this because it was revealed in the trailer last week, but we didn't tell you.
Oh shit, really?
Yes.
This was a spoiler?
Right at the end, it shows Missy.
I fucking guessed it!
But she has been shown in pre-broadcast material before then, so we knew she was in this series, but...
I knew she was in the series. I didn't know she was in the one in the fall.
I was saying to Fresno, do not tell her. She's like, I think it's Missy, and I'm like saying, do not tell her. Do not tell her.
That's just but thank God that we got that over with. I mean, it was pretty obvious, and if Moffat tried to stretch the vault mystery out all the way to episode 12 like this, it's just, who's in there? Who's in there? Who's in there? Who's in there? It would be really bad, but thank God we got it over with.
And not only do we get the answer of who's inside the vault, but we also get the why they're inside the vault as well, so yes.
Because they were going to kill Missy, and the doctor took an oath to protect her body. Yeah, fucking... I don't know why we needed 6 episodes of build up for that, but okay. Well, I guess I do know why we need to do that, because to contrast with the Doctor.exe in this episode.
Anything that gets Missy back in the show is alright by me.
Yes.
And, it's that great little relationship where even though they're mortal and she's tried to kill the Doctor, God knows how many times, God knows how many incarnations, he's still her, best friend.
As much as I'm going to miss Peter Capaldi when he regenerates and he leaves the series, whenever Michelle Gomez leaves it, I think I might even miss her more.
She's possibly the best incarnation.
Since Delgado. Since Roger Delgado.
Also, I would like to say 3,860,523.
Was that number of clicks?
That is the number of how many fan fictions were immediately started as soon as the Doctor said that he would watch over Missy's body.
Oh, I thought you were referring to the clicks at the end.
No, hell no. There's no fucking way I'm going to count those.
Somebody said there was at least 2.7 billion.
Probably. I don't know. They're crazy for trying to count.
I don't think they count it. I think they just refer to something in a... Because there's a website that I use, which is Doctor Who TV, and they list teasers for the episode, which I don't read until I've seen the episode itself.
Hey, Rainiac, you know what that beeper reminded me of?
Oh no.
Review mirror update. The entire world is a shadow mirror world full of shadow people. Stephen Moffat has made Earth itself a giant mirror.
Do you want to know the really funny thing about that? What? It was me that first pointed that out to you.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
DJ Khaled off the list of references. There we go.
Y'all are gonna kill me one of these days. I'm gonna go mysteriously silent on the podcast. You're gonna be like, Cat?
He literally killed you out of laughter.
But Missy, very good.
She died as she lived, laughing at my misfortunes.
I will say I'm upset at Tumblr because I saw a Missy gift set and it actually did show "Oi, get off."
It
I
did?
didn't understand when I saw it. Yeah, it showed the "Oi, get off" part.
I love that. I've just been executed. Show some respect. But yeah, I loved all these scenes, and I liked the fact that we kept flitting back and forth between what we now know as the virtual world narrative and the flashbacks to Missy. Usually,
and every time we cut to black.
Yes, good spot on that. I'm not usually a fan. I'm not usually a fan of stories that do this constant cut back and forth between time periods. It gets very disorientating and jarring, but I was fine with it here.
And I mean, it is part of the key to the episode. Because Missy does say the whole without hope, without witness, without remorse.
Reward.
Thank you. Yeah. Which is something that the Doctor echoes, nay, reflects in the virtual world, and realizes that he is also in that same sticky wicket of position. He's absolutely fucked. He's not even real. But there is one thing he can do, which is be the Doctor. And he got that advice from River Song in the book. Yay.
Yeah, which they also showed the diary in the trailer as well. So that was another thing we didn't want to spoil for you.
Yeah. I do like, though, that the gap between husbands and Dr. Mysterio, where the Doctor was hanging out with her for 30-odd years, is a tactile thing in the show now, where Missy's just like, "Oh, hey, Doctor, I thought you were Todd and Beryllium."
Yeah, that was nice. And also a very subtle payoff to her final line in The Witch is Familiar. I've just had a very clever idea. That very clever idea was working with the Daleks in some way. Because she says that's the word among the Daleks.
Okay.
So she's been with the Daleks. That's presumably where these executioner people grabbed her.
Right.
By the way, I love that idea.
Yeah, the idea of just these people who are specifically made just to kill people.
They're not even named. They're not even named. Well, one is named. One, the main executioner, the one that has most of the dialogue in that scene, is Rafando. But no, the others are named.
Fair enough.
I guess they could be called the Fatality Index, or is that just like their code of honor, their code of conduct they follow?
I don't know.
But whatever you call them, that's a really neat concept and one I would love to see expanded upon someday. The idea that, specific executioner species or organization.
So, the Daleks.
But they're not executioners, they're just killers. They don't execute people.
Potato.
They execute people who are not Daleks.
Oh, did you just refer to the goddamn 1996 TV movie?
What?
Oh, boy!
What did I tell you about referencing the 1996 TV movie?
What?
Yeah, they execute the master in that film.
Yeah. Well, you know me, Rainiac. I always dress for the occasion.
Get out.
You're wearing a dress?
I can wear what I like, thank you.
Get out.
Is it pink at least? You only look good in pink.
Do we think that Missy's contrition was genuine?
Probably.
Was she just playing a game?
She's always playing a game, but I do believe, I'd say she was genuine.
Or had she already guessed the Doctor was going to save her and it was all a show for her guards to let their guard down?
I guess we won't know unless we, see Missy, which I guess I'm expecting next week we might have, a Hannibal Lecter sort of role for Missy.
I'm thinking that maybe she doesn't come back, we don't see her until the 8th episode.
Well, we'll see.
And maybe it's Missy that saves the day. Now that would be an interesting twist.
Really, there's two options for Missy in this episode. Either A, she's being sincere because she's at the end of her line, or she thinks she is, because, this is a new doctor. She's done a lot of shit to him. Let's not forget about the whole Cyberman thing with Dark Water that she did. Or she could go the route of
They're also
Davros.
trying to be nice, believe it or not.
Or she could be Davros.
Yes.
God's sakes.
That's still one of my favourite scenes in the whole of Capaldi's tenure, by the way, that Davros trying to be nice to him.
So we just won't know until later what she's playing at, or if she's playing
Yeah,
at
I guess
all.
we'll find out later, but...
I mean, going back to, which is familiar, I do believe Davros is being sincere, to an extent.
I think he might be, but at the same time he was playing a game, so maybe it's the same here. Maybe it doesn't actually matter.
Maybe we should just all enjoy her amazing performance as Missy.
Oh, she is brilliant.
I love her. Can she just be Missy forever?
Michelle Gomez is a national treasure. Hit there, I've said it.
Please.
It's like, if for some reason someone actually manages to contact Death and be like, hey, Michelle Gomez's time is up, and she just happened to die, can we just weekend at Bernie her? So she'll be the master forever.
Somewhat connected to these whole Missy execution scenes was also Nardole. Now, I really like Nardole again this week.
Oh, Nardole was really great.
I have full permission to kick your ass.
Wow, Nardole, when did you become... I never knew you were a badass.
Are you secretly a badass? Nothing secret about it, baby doll.
It's so good.
It's a little... that was really...
I know, just the girlish scream.
See, this is what we want out of Nardole. Not like the little hints of Nardole per episode, but just really good role for him.
Yeah.
And then his absolute utter horror at becoming a wireframe and disintegrating.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I mean,
God,
I'm not real, yeah. People were saying that, add this to the list of frivolous character deaths, but it worked. It worked to build on the mystery of...
I saw something on Tumblr that was interesting, is that Bill has died like 3 times in the past 2 episodes, and it's like the whole trope of the lesbians always getting killed off, but Bill keeps coming back somehow.
Oh my God, she's becoming Rory.
Oh shit. Oh my God, the barking dog.
Wait, there's a trope that lesbians get killed off?
Yeah. You've heard the trope, the black guy dies first, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a similar one that if there's a lesbian, she dies.
If there's a lesbian couple, one of them will die. That sort of shit.
Does that also count for people who suddenly go into lesbian-like moments?
I don't know. It's a pretty silly entire trope, to be honest with you. And
Look, I'm just trying to see if I'll be safe or not, since I'm only half lesbian.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Moving on. But no,
yes.
Again, Matt Lucas was really good in this episode.
If we're talking the lesbians, can we talk about the fucking amazing goddamn moment where Bill
I was going to say, can we mention the funniest moment in modern Doctor Who history?
The Pope it's just like, it's okay, this isn't anything, you don't have to feel guilty. Then the fucking Pope person.
It's the music as well. It's the music.
And then she runs in and there's like 4 cardinals in there too.
Yeah, it's for me. That's the funniest scene they've done in modern Who history.
It's like, I don't know about her, but if I was going to go meet someone at their house for a date or after the date, and the fucking Pope walks out screaming an angry Italian and then walks back in, I'd stay to figure out what the fuck was going on.
But there was a really nice little Easter egg in there. I mean, you'd have to know Italian or have it translated for you to know. But do you know what he's saying in part of that rant?
No.
It's bigger on the inside.
Oh shit!
The Pope was having his own "it's bigger on the inside" moment.
Holy shit! That's amazing. Okay, but to backtrack a bit, I do love that. What's Bill's foster mom's name?
Moira.
Moira.
Who cares?
Moira's
She's a
just
bitch.
like, yeah, she's just like, you can't bring a man over. Oh, you just brought a lady for. Oh, that's okay. Oh my God, she brought a man over.
I've got very strict policies about men, not half as strict as mine.
So that begs the question.
And around this point, the non-political crowd will be getting very angry indeed.
That actually begs the question, though. Is she not telling her foster mother because her foster mother wouldn't take it well, or is she not telling her because it's none of her business?
Or she's embarrassed. That's another
I don't
option.
think she's embarrassed. This is still Bill. She's been pretty forward about it.
There was another really, really funny moment at the aftermath of that scene with the Pope. Bill just goes into the bedroom. The four cardinals are there. They just like shrug when Penny runs away. She goes, "You're all going to hell."
God.
Which again it fits because they are going to hell because they're not real.
And then she walks into the TARDIS and it's like, "You can't bring the Pope to my house when I'm on a date."
Yeah, that's great. That really is great. Another thing I like is that they call back to this scene, as funny as it is, and it really was funny. And the church music just creased me up laughing.
God,
he comes in. There's this white light as he comes in. You just hear this church organ. It was brilliant. Kudos to everyone involved. Kudos to Joseph Long, who played him, who's been in the show before. He was in Turn Left as the Italian immigrant.
Oh, the one who got hauled away to a concentration camp?
Yes, I forget the character's name, but he played this small role brilliantly.
Speaking of episodes that didn't really happen.
Yeah, Turn Left. And guess what was amazing? Turn Left.
Wow, who'd have thought?
Guess what episode I still haven't seen?
Turn Left.
Why?
Well, we need to fix that.
Yeah, I'll watch it later.
Midnight and Turn Left, you really need to see, because they are great.
Midnight was like the spookiest Doctor Who episode I've ever seen. But I don't know.
I think Midnight was also one of RTD's best that he ever did, but
wasn't that Moffat?
No, Midnight was Russell T Davies.
Oh, dang! Holy shit! I thought for years it was Moffat.
No, I think all of the final 4 episodes were Russell T.
Well, hot damn, Russell Davies, you did good.
But I'm not certain. Or was it Tom McRae? Hang on a minute. I'm gonna not Google.
We're doing it live.
I've got my phone behind, so I'm not going to Google it. But it might have been Tom McRae. But whoever did it was a wonderful episode.
I don't care.
One thing I like about the scene is that the real Doctor goes back to it and he corrects the mistake that the virtual him made by ruining the date. Yeah. And that's nice because it shows that he's learned his lesson from Knock Knock and he is willing to give Bill some personal time.
There you go.
Were you asking who Midnight was written by?
Yes.
Or it was Russell T Davies?
It was Davies.
Yes.
God damn. Okay.
I thought it was, but maybe it's Turn Left that was written by somebody else. But you don't have to check because we need to move on. Last thing to talk about then are the villains. We really don't know too much about them.
They're spooky space zombies.
We're just going to call them the monks. We're just going to call them monks for now because they look like monks. And also, as Kat said, this is the monk trilogy.
There you go. Okay.
Also, Turn Left was Davies as well.
Okay.
Just
you go.
putting that in there.
He knocked it out of the park there for 4 episodes straight. Brilliant.
Yeah. I don't know what powers we don't know what power they have other than making really complicated virtual reality simulations.
But this was almost again like a sort of a extended preview for the audience of what they are.
Yeah.
Because we know they're back next week.
Yeah.
Cat's laughing. Go on.
Maybe all that the Doctor Bill needed to do was get naked, and then the aliens wouldn't have wanted to watch it.
Oh no!
What?
That's a Rick and Morty episode reference for you guys.
I say again, what?
There's an episode where Rick and Morty are put into a computer simulation, and when Rick figures that out, he's like, "Quick, get undressed because these people are super prudish and they can't look at people when they're naked."
Okay. Okay. Yes, that might have worked. I'm just so taken aback by that. I don't know where to continue.
Yes,
right, yes.
I broke him. The show is mine.
Who played the monks? Again, a previous actor who's been on the show before. Guy called Jamie Hill. He was the foretold
Nice.
in Mummy on
So
the
he
Orient
has
Express.
experience doing this.
Yes, he has experience playing decayed, rotting, corpse-like figures. But we don't really know too much about them. I'm looking forward to finding out more about them. I hope we do find out more about them next week. But if they play it right, these guys could be the next Silence for me.
I hope not, because I really didn't like the Silence.
Well, they ruined it with their final appearance in Time with the Doctor. That was an example where too much information was too much information.
It's like, I liked their concept, I just didn't like the way they were used.
One line destroyed their mystique, and I hope that doesn't happen again with these.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have to remain ambiguous, but don't ruin it, Moffat. Just don't ruin it, please.
You did good here. Don't fuck it up.
You've got a good thing going. Don't ruin it.
Don't in the Forest of the Night this, please.
I don't know. Well, it's not. I don't think it's Moffat we have to worry about. It's next episode, written by everyone's favorite, Peter Harness.
Oh yeah. Before we get to the next, you're kind of jumping ahead a little bit there, but that's fine. Are there any other
When
scenes?
do we not?
Are there any other scenes? Fair point. Are there any other scenes or concepts or anything you'd like to mention that we haven't already touched upon?
Let me look at my fucking.
I'm really glad that Trump was not the president in this episode.
Even they couldn't simulate that shit.
You went
Yeah,
there.
because as I said to Frizz, if it had been Trump in the episode, he would have sued them for character defamation. But because it wasn't Trump in the episode, he's probably still going to sue them anyways.
Well,
Oh.
I think there's isn't there like a thing you can't actually portray the current president in certain things, or they just choose to have a generic figure called Mr. President.
Yeah, but again, this is Donald Trump. He's going to sue them anyways.
Well, they mentioned Obama in the end of time.
Oh yeah, and he was on the TV. Yes, you're right. Or rather, an actor playing Obama. Yeah, you're right. So maybe that's changed. I don't know. Maybe they just choose not to mention the president. Is there anything else, Fresno, you want to mention?
Just that. Well, are we doing like the wrap up or just?
Before we get to the overall thoughts and wrap up, yeah.
I think I'm. Yep. There's nothing else here. I can think.
Okay, then.
Wait. One thing. When the Doctor restores his vision temporarily and it's all blurry vision and shit, that's neat. That's an unusual touch.
Oh yeah, but he borrows from his next regeneration or whatever.
Which is a cop because it's not real.
Yes, at the time he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
That's something. These monks must have a hell of a setup going, because they not only simulate the Earth, but they simulate all of history.
Yeah.
And all the Doctor's memories.
Well,
And yet we know that it's not perfect because there were the mess-ups that we had before.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder, does it change each time that they do this?
Yeah, well, it says that we've killed you many times, so do they change the simulation to reflect the information they've gathered, or is it constant?
Probably. Who knows?
Who knows?
There's a lot you don't know about this because Stephen Moffat doesn't explain everything.
Okay, let's go into our overall thoughts then we'll talk briefly about the next episode.
Okay.
Fresno, you go first.
Okay. So, this episode was really good. It didn't have a lot of what I'm going to call leftist, progressive, globalist agenda bullshit, like punching racists or anti-capitalist stuff that really resonated well with me in Thin Ice and Oxygen. So it's not as good in that department, but what we do have is a really creepy episode with one of the most horrific concepts and some of the most horrific scenes in all of Doctor Who that lead into a goddamn bombshell of a concept that is also really great with the simulation. And the fact that this is all a big lead up to something else. So let's just hope Stephen Moffat's the landing. For now, I don't know if it's the best episode of Series 10 for me so far. But top 3 for sure. I guess I'll have to sort out what I think of this when we see every other episode.
That's fine. Kat, your
good.
overall thoughts on Extremis?
One of my favorite things to do is, or just, see or read or whatever, is when people take well-established tropes and turn them on their heads. That's why I like Sleep No More so much. And this entire episode was a trope that they subverted and, redid to make it actually work. And while Doctor Who has done that before, this is probably, as far as I know, and as far as Fresno, is the first time that they've done it with a computer simulation.
Well, there are a few maybe cases. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but, even though nothing in this episode technically happened, the fact that I'm still emotionally, invested in everything that happened says a whole lot about not only the writing, but also the presentation of the episode itself. So, I liked it.
It's like you said, the Doctor, the resolution of the episode, the part that does matter is the fact that the Doctor sends his memory copy of the episode to the real Doctor.
Yeah, essentially Doctor Who watches Doctor Who.
Which we did in fucking Trial of the Time Lord.
Yeah. And I agree with both of you. I thought this was a really good episode as well. It didn't feel for once like Stephen Moffat was being clever just to be clever.
It's like there was a purpose or something.
Yeah, I mean...
Seriously, Moffat, where was this before?
Well, he's leaving the show soon, so I guess he's...
That's no excuse!
I guess he's just run out of fucks to give.
Well, why did he run out of them before? God damn it.
I don't know. But, I thought it was really good. I love the existential horror part of it, even though that's really disturbing when you think into it in depth at all. Like, in any way you try and think into it in depth, that's really quite disturbing and harrowing. I like the fact that the gore was implied but not shown, like the gunshot going off and Nardole being digitized out of existence, but it wasn't gory. That you don't see the explosion. You don't see Father Angelo get killed. He just disappears and is presumably removed from the simulation.
Well, sometimes that's the scariest thing, is not being able to see the deaths or see the bodies or anything like that.
Your mind makes it up for you. Your mind makes up the picture for you. But yeah, I think we're back on that really good roll we had going on between the pilot and Thin Ice.
Yeah,
I think we're back on that trajectory again. And hopefully, that upward trend will continue next week. Because we have... Oh my god, this is a bit of a mouthful to conjure with. So just bear with me here. The Pyramid at the End of the World.
Ooh.
A really long time.
Is it next to the restaurant?
Neat episode.
Question, is it next to a restaurant?
Cat, no.
Yes.
We've already fulfilled our Douglas Adams quota.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, the Pyramid at the End of the
Earth being a big simulation.
I'm annoyed because this is going to really mess up my title card for the next podcast.
Wow.
Because the title is so goddamn long.
Then abbreviate it.
Yeah, I may have to. I'm just getting the... I'm totally not stalling while I get the synopsis for the next episode. Not at all.
I can talk about mirrors more while you wait.
I found it. A 5,000-year-old pyramid stands at the center of a war zone, where the Chinese, Russian, and American armies are about to clash. There are many problems with that, but the one that intrigues the Doctor is this. There wasn't a pyramid there yesterday. The Doctor, Bill, and Nardole face an alien invasion unlike any other, and before conquest can begin, these aliens need the consent of the human race.
What?
So that's our concept, and I have no idea what's going on.
What? Okay, so a pyramid suddenly appears from nowhere. 3 people who shouldn't be fighting at any period of time that I can think of. Then maybe like the World Wars are fighting each other, and they're going to meet at this pyramid.
70. The Cold War. Bullshit.
Yeah, but nobody actually fought in the Cold War. It was just more of a big, my dick's bigger than yours. Oh yeah, show me. You show me yours first. That's the entirety of the Cold War.
There's a lot of weird things going on in that synopsis.
And this is this episode of Cat Summarizes World Politics. Tune in next time for the Gulf War.
But there's a lot of really weird things going on in that synopsis. I mean,
wait, the Gulf War? Trump kept criticizing Obama about his golfing trips, and then he went on a whole bunch of it himself.
That wasn't the Gulf. Oh, the Gulf War! Oh my god! The Gulf War! Okay, I applaud you for that one.
I don't.
I'm not actually going to applaud you because it will pop the microphone, but in spirit, I am applauding you for that one. The bit that really catches my eye in that synopsis is they need the consent of the human race.
So they're space vampires.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So are they going to set up? Are they basically going to set up a scenario where the Earth is doomed unless they invite the monks in to save them?
By killing them all.
And then the way they save them is to enslave them? That could be really, really good.
It crackles with ideas.
I'm excited already. I'm excited already, and now I'm probably setting myself up for failure as Peter Harness doesn't deliver.
They do. I think, well, in my opinion anyway, Peter Harness has delivered in certain aspects. He has faltered rather extremely for a lot of people in other aspects, but he has his strengths, and I think that those strengths will shine through in this episode. And hopefully his, shall we say, egregious weaknesses that make certain people very angry will not be present in this one.
Sounds good to me.
Friends, it's Doctor Who. People are going to get angry at something.
That's true.
You're right. You're right, but I don't think he's going to make the pyramid name.
I mean, you do realise that just by recording this podcast every week, we annoy somebody out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's usually me when we talk about mirrors too much.
One day they're going to make a mirror mount.
Yeah, one day there'll just be like a mirror episode, and on that day I'll quit reviewing forever. I won't really quit reviewing forever if that actually happens, but
they'll re-edit Kill the Moon, and the moon will be a giant mirror.
Oh!
Although technically it already is because it reflects the sun's light, so.
Oh shit!
So all that remains is to thank my guests for appearing this week. Thanks to Kat and to Freezing Inferno for putting up with me for the past hour and a half.
You are my guests. Excuse you.
Oh, sorry. Thank you to myself and Freezing Inferno for being guests on Kat's podcast this week.
There you go.
Thank you to you, the audience, for listening. We appreciate the hell out of your continued support each and every week. And we'll see you next time to review The Pyramid at the End of the World. Until then,
tune in tomorrow when we'll review some episodes of My Little Pony.
That will actually not be happening. But until then,
yes, it's totally happening.
Tune in on Wednesday when we'll discuss mirror symbolism in season 24 of Doctor Who.
This is not a radio station. Until then, bye for now.
And now, David Bowie with Let's Dance.
Okay, Kat, this is surreal, but I'll count you in. And I'll be a guest on my own podcast. That's a sensible enough word to say. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Doctor Who. Of course, I immediately fuck up.
Oh, God.
This is going well.
10,
I can do it, too, if you want to take the joke.
Okay. Welcome to my pain. This is why I script the intros.
I feel like we should build an episode up to this instead of, like, planning it out in the last 5 seconds.
You mean like the entire episode?
Yes.
Well, we could be staging an uprising, and
I'll
just take over the intro. Like, you start saying something, and then I interrupt, and it's like, hey, folks, welcome to my show. And then you're like, what the fuck is
This is like the episode of Garfield where Gabriel takes over.
Oh, Jesus. She's got my intro. She's got my talking points. She's got my